There are growing fears that children are being affected by excessive advertising, leading to social problems such as underage drinking. That's the opinion of some government ministers. They've launched a major inquiry saying they are concerned about what they call the commercialisation of childhood. It's part of a wide-ranging 10-year children's plan to improve the lifestyles of future generations.
These days, children, especially at Christmas, face a constant stream of advertising on TV and the internet. For example, children see an estimated 10,000 adverts a year on TV. An average child recognises 400 brands by the age of 10, while marketing in schools has become a £300 million business. Now the government fears this commercialisation is harming childhood itself, and the Children's Secretary, Ed Balls, is launching a ministerial inquiry.
It's not finger-wagging, but in some areas regulation is right. So in the case of food standards, we've regulated on school foods and also on school food advertising. On alcohol, we're going to look at alcohol advertising. We've got Tanya Byron looking at the internet and the way in which that's regulated. And more generally, I'm saying let's look at the detail, the evidence, give parents information about commercialisation. Don't rush to judgment, but it's important to have a debate about these things.
Some commentators believe greater awareness is of key importance.
Children are surrounded by adverts, they're surrounded by commercialism, we all are. It's going to be part of their lives. Let's just teach them about it and how to react to it sensibly. We can't pretend it isn't there.
The inquiry is part of a broad-ranging 10-year plan for children which the government is announcing next week. It's expected to include a review of SATS tests and the curriculum at primary schools amid fears progress has slowed. Jane Francis Kelly, BBC News.
Well, another part of the government's strategic plan, if you like to call it that, is to offer children as young as 2 free nursery care. The subsidised places will be targeted at poor parents to help the most disadvantaged children at the earliest stages of development. Well, to get more on this now, I'm joined by Craig Jones, who is campaign director of 4Children, which runs sources and services for families and supporting parents. Thank you for coming in to talk to us. Let's just talk first of all about this business of childcare provision for very, very young children down to the age of 2. What's the current situation, and what do you think of the idea of making it available to all, so to speak?
Childcare is a really important part of really making sure that we get the right settlement between the parents and the state. So it's not really about taking the responsibility for bringing children up off the parents, but rather it's about recognising that being a parent now is quite different and quite a lot more challenging than before, in the sense that parents hold down jobs, they need support in terms of their children being in a nurturing environment from a young age. And what this offers us really is the chance to make sure that children are in a supportive environment in terms of nursery care from a younger age, and because of that we welcome it.
Are we absolutely sure that it really is good for children as young as 2 to be away from parents in a more formal setting?
Well, the government's conducted a pilot into how this will work in practice, and the results of that are coming through at the moment. The experience of 4Children has been that our practitioners in the field have come back to us saying it's having a really positive impact on life chances for young people and children, but also that it's helping parents back into work, which is a really key part of the scheme. But also I think a really key message from the government, and in terms of what we've seen, is that it's important to put children in that supportive environment from a young age, but also it's about informal play. So rather than formal lessons or maths or English, it's about putting them in a social environment from a young age.
Make it socialising them, I think, with the modern phrase. OK, now earlier on we had that report about the impact of advertising on young children. I don't suppose there's any surprise, there's nothing really very new, but I mean it is insidious, if you like, isn't it?
That's right, it's very much a fact of modern life that children are targeted by advertising from a very young age. So you see that brand awareness particularly really comes through from quite an early stage in children's development. Even from the age of about 3 or 4, you're finding that children are recognising a vast number of brands, really because they're targeted by advertising companies and commercial firms, really in terms of logos and colours that appeal to them, and really try and target parents through children. So it is a very serious problem.
Well, indeed. Craig Jones, thank you very much indeed for talking to us.